Welcome to FM1 Tuition. Today we're talking about ratios. So what is ratios? Ratios is simply a relationship between a few numbers or a few quantities. Or another way is to compare figures between the subject or object that you're talking about. So let's give you an example. So I say this is you, smiling away, and this is your older brother. You're quite poor because you're not working, and your older brother he's got a bit of money because he's got a job and he likes to spend his money. So your parents buy you say a Samsung phone, and they buy you one phone. But your older brother he likes iPhone, so he spends his money, and he buys about two. So the ratio is 1 to 2, meaning every time you get one phone, he will get two. Another nice way of thinking about it, every time you get two phones, he will therefore get, double it up, 4, and so forth. Let's give you another example. Okay, this is a bucket, and there's say 3 oranges here. You got 3 oranges. Okay, that was meant to be orange, never mind, pink it is. And what else can we have? And say you have let's say chocolate bars. Okay. So in this bucket the ratio will be 3 to 4. So if we add say 6 oranges, double it, I'll give you 8 chocolate bars. So anyway, commonly we actually simplify ratios. So for example, if you had say 15 to 10, how do you simplify that? So if you remember previously we done HCF, highest common factor. We found what's the common factor between these two and just simplify it down. So if we divide it by say 5, so the answer should be 3 and 2. That's how you simplify it. So that's the simplest form of 15 to 10 ratio. It's very important because then later on when you need to find the correct quantity to a certain figure, you'll have the simplest form and you can divide and multiply, which we're going to later on. So here's a few examples we've written out. Pause the video and see if you can answer it. 40 to 10, 15 to 9, 24 to 6, 7 to 28. So what you can do, you can divide that by say 10, you get 4 to 1. This one, what's the common factor? It looks like 3 is. So you got 15 divided by 3 is 5, and 9 divided by 3 is what? 3. So therefore that's the simplest form. Let's go to the next one. 24 to 6. So I already know 24 does divide by 6. You got 6, 12, 18, 24. That's 4. Again 4 to 1 it looks like. Next one. And I already know, if you guys know your multiple times table, you should know 28 should be divisible by 7. So 7.20 28. Ooh. Again 1 to 4. So 1 to 4. So that's how you simplify ratios. Hopefully you guys understood that. Let's talk about practically how to use it. So we'll give you a few more questions which are a bit more practical. So here's a few questions that we've written out which are a bit more practical. So for example, we're going to be using pounds, measurements, measurements, days, hours, etc. These are a bit more practical in our life. So let's take 10p to the ratio of £1. First thing we need to do is simplify the pounds into pence. So how many pence are there in a pound? You got 10 to 100. So there's about 100 pence in £1. So if you simplify that, that's the same as 1 to 10. So you got 20, let's go to question B, you got 20 millimeters to 4 centimeters. So 10 millimeters is the same as 1 centimeters. Double check that, guys, for yourself. So that's the same as 20 millimeters to, say, 4 times 10, 40 millimeters. If you simplify that, it's 1 to 2. So I divide by 2 here and 2 here. Okay, 3 weeks to 7 days. So how many days are there in 3 weeks? 7, 14, 21 days to 7 days. If you simplify that, let's divide it by 7. That should be 3 to 1. Again, double check that for yourself. And finally, question D, 2.5 hours to 20 minutes. Again, let's simplify the hours into minutes. So there's about, how many minutes are there in an hour? 60 minutes in 1 hour times 2. 120 plus another 30 minutes. That should be 150 minutes to 20. Let's take the zeros out. So the ratio in its simplest form is 15 to 2. So that's ratio and simplifying it. It does get a bit more trickier and harder as you progress with your mathematics, and we'll be making more videos on ratios and hopefully give you more difficult questions to answer.